summer fun when you're 71 windsurfing this time. So I got a wild hair the other night and I decided, you know, I haven't windsurfed for 35 years. So I went online, I found this one on Marketplace, made a deal. We're gonna go find this windsurfer and bring it home and see if I still remember how to do it. So stick with us. We're gonna take off in the car in just a few minutes. Here we go. We got Fritz, Bruno, Boo Boo, and Yogi. And we're headed to Walla Walla, Washington. That's where I finally found a used windsurfer. There were several around the Dalles where it's like windsurfer capital of the United States. But that's an extra hour and a half, 2 hours drive. And I found a nice, basic, used windsurfer that's right up my alley for what I need. I don't need one for jumping and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I just need a basic windsurfer again. So, here we go. Well, we've been driving for 2 hours. We're just coming into Walla Walla. And then hopefully this windsurfer is like worth taking home. The ad, of course, says like new, but I doubt it. Yeah, here's Fritz. Fritz, you gonna try the windsurfer, huh? I don't know. Never had him in the water. David thinks that's funny. We got Bruno and Ray back there. So I'm excited to check out this windsurfer. Hopefully it's all in one piece and it's as good as they think it is. But we'll see in a few minutes. We made it. And here it is on the front lawn. Well, there it is. So I'll go knock on the door and say hi and see who's here. The board is back here. Now let's go look at the board and see what we got.
It's got that secondary fin that pops down to make it more stable.
Okay, I'm gonna flip it and look at it. I was hoping it was all here functional, ready to go, so I don't know. Yeah. Well, there's one problem here. This is the piece that attaches the mast to the board, and the two pieces in between those straps are supposed to be one piece. So we got one problem there. I'll talk to the owner and be back in a minute. Well, I'll rack that one up to a nice afternoon drive, I guess. It wasn't bad, but I don't want to mess around having to order parts. I don't even know if they're still available. So, yeah, on with the adventure. Back to Marketplace or Craigslist and go find another one. Well, guys, it was, hi puppies, it was broken, so I don't want to get it and have to fix it. You know, they are a few years old, but I didn't want the hassle, so I guess we had a nice drive. Now we still got to drive 2 hours home. I guess this is one of those. Sit still, Fritz. This is one of those to be continued. So we're going to be back to the computer looking for another one. And to be honest, it was a model or a make that back in the day was not my favorite. It was a competitor of the ones that I sold back then. So we'll keep looking. We'll be back. Now on to plan B. I'm going to do some studying and see what I can come up with. Who knows? Yeah, I'm actually thinking a little bit about those surf wings. So I'm going to go do some research and see where we can go from here for summer fun at 71. Might be windsurfing. Maybe it'll be windsurfing or wing surfing. But we'll know soon, I hope. Stay tuned. I decided what I'm going to do. Originally, I started out with a crazy idea to get a windsurfer and go windsurfing at 71 again. And this afternoon, I was looking at wing boards, wing foils. I almost bought one of those used this week. And this afternoon, I was looking at the marketplace again, and I ended up finding another windsurfer that's an hour away from the house. So I'm going to jump in the car, but before I go, I need to go down and put the horses away, and then I'll be calling him to set up the run, if I can find my phone. I'm almost there. The sun's just gone down. I think I'm 5 minutes away, but it's still light enough to see it. So I need to find my Main Street. He said he lives on Main. Look for the little crawler in the front yard. So here we are. This is Heartline, Washington. I don't know if I've ever actually come into town here and driven around. East Pine. Maybe the windsurfer is on the other side of the tracks. Here's City Center. At least the sign that says City Center. Where is my windsurfer? Here is Main. So look up and down Main Street for a little crawler. And he told me the number. Or we're within a block. There's a piece of machinery in the yard. Oh, there's an old crawler. Now I'm guessing that this is the place. Oh, there it is. I found it. And it is a One Design. This should be fun. This is the original windsurfer, which was the original company, One Design, from about 1985. That's when I bought a half a dozen of them to be a dealer. And this is where it all started. So there's the swivel. It just plugs into the slot. The mast goes on. You slip the sail over the mast.
And obviously the dagger goes all the way in, except it's hitting the ground.
So this, I believe, is actually one of the very first models.
So because it's got the dagger board?
No, the dagger board in the ones that I had must have been the next model, because this one you have to get it out of the way when you go into the beach. The ones I bought in 85, they changed the top of it a little bit so you could pivot it. And part of it was hiding inside the board, and you could, without bending over and pulling it out and hanging onto it, you could beach it.
This thing could be a museum piece.
Right.
For all that.
And this was a little, I believe it was bolted on a little bit different. You know, so this is one of the very early ones. So, and all I want to do is,
I've had it. I hoisted it up into the rafters of the shop back in 1990, and it's been there ever since.
oh yeah, hasn't been back out.
Hasn't been back out since then.
Well, I was looking for it.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, so this is going to be great. I'm going to try to get it loaded up and back home, and we'll have it on a lake in no time, so stick around. It's getting dark, but the thing is awesome. It's an original, one of the originals, because it's a design a little bit before the ones I bought in '85. So I'm thinking it's one of the very first designs of the one designed by Windsurfer, the actual company Windsurfer, that they came out of. So we got it on the car, we're heading home, and we'll be on the lake soon. Stay tuned. See if I can ride it anymore. Well, the day has arrived. We're at the lake with the board strapped on the car. It takes a little bit of work. These things are not light, they're kind of big and awkward. So once you get them ready to go to the lake, then it takes a little bit to get them off. And then of course when you're done, it's all a reverse process. You got to get it back up there again. And once you get it off the car, then you got to get it down to the water. Makes a couple trips. Got it all hauled down to the lake, and once you get it down to the lake, then I had to remember what to do to get it ready. So we got it rigged up. We decided Zachary would go first. And it didn't go perfect, but it didn't take long until he got some of the basics figured out. Now, the wind wasn't the most favorable today because it was so light and it would come and go, and it was a little bit erratic. Sometimes it would come from different directions. So we let him try it first. And he was able to stay up on it. His balance is a little better than mine. He's pretty athletic, so he was able to catch on and get it to move. Okay, so this is one of the really early models. A couple of guys in California designed them and started making them in the late 60s. They took a surfboard they had and whatever, and figured out how to hook a sail on it. And then they started this company in around 1970. Started making these production. And then they got really short. This is a 12-footer. Now you can get them where like 6 feet long, and there's foot straps on them.
Oh, I've seen that kind of stuff. And they do like crazy tricks on those things.
Well, Zachary did pretty good for his first time. Like I said, he was able to figure out some of the basics and get it to move. But I knew that when he was done, it was going to be my turn, and that was going to be the moment of truth. Can I get on the thing? Can I make it move? Have I got enough balance to stay up on it anymore? And I learned a awesome truth. I'm not 30 or 40 or even 50 anymore. So soon it was my turn. Up, down, up, down. not look that pretty, but I enjoyed myself immensely. And I'll be out there again. It's fun to get out and do things. Like they say, my brain thinks I'm 20 and my body thinks I'm an idiot. But why not stop? I mean, why stop? Keep going, having fun as long as you can. It was totally enjoyable for me.
Yeah, trying.
And I even got the thing to move. With a little more wind, I think it will actually be easier because you will have something to pull the sail against, and that will stabilize the movement of the board and the sail. It's not so much guesswork.
You're a lot better than me, though.
So I
Just the bounce and the strength.
made it into shore.
Just don't hit the...
Made it back to shore, I guess, is what I should say.
That girl's like, you're coming right for me. She just ran.
And had a feeling of accomplishment. So I'll be back again.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. We've been out on the board and tried it. I want to see what Zachary thinks of the experience.
I knew it'd be hard, but I thought I'd be moving faster when it was hard, so that made it really difficult. I think he did a lot better than me. Like, you actually made it out and we're going the right direction. I think for you, it's just the balance and muscle memory kicking in, right?
The balance, the wind was sketchy because you'd have a little bit of wind, then it'd go away for a minute. And so yeah, it was definitely.
But for 71, doing pretty good. That's what Mom and I were saying.
Yeah,
So
I thought I would do better. And I think with a couple more times out and practicing and better wind, it would be fine. Most of the stuff I could feel again. So it was fun. I was telling Zachary, this is the exact place where I came and first started windsurfing. And so I've been all over the lake here, and I've been a couple miles down the lake when the wind quit, and I had to paddle to shore.
So I think I'm gonna try again. Gotta get my exercise in more and actually see if I can go more than 5 feet. So. I think I pulled it out. That's sharp. I just cut myself.
So at this point, we weren't sure exactly what the problem was. I knew that the mast came off of the sail, or off the swivel, and when Zachary laid down to try to get a hold of the rope and get back up, the actual split in the fiberglass pinched his stomach. And I dove in to swim out to see what was going on. When I realized what had happened, we called it a day, brought it back to the shore, and took it apart so we could take it back home and check out the problem. I've got the mast home, and I want to show you what happened and what's going on. I've been studying up about what I can do to repair it. You can see that it cracked and it's split. That goes about 14 inches up one side. There's another one here about 3 inches, and that's actually the second side, and that one's about 12 inches. So I do have some carbon fiber fabric that I've been using on the airplane, And of course with it requires the resins and vacuum pump and a lot of, maybe not a lot, but some knowledge of how to do it. So I'm gonna work on a repair to put one splice way up high and a couple of other ones to reinforce it so it still can flex, and we'll see if it works. I already have all this stuff, and to find another mast, I'd probably have to go on another road trip and probably spend more than I spent for this first windsurfer. So Zachary will be back in a few days. I'm gonna attempt this repair and see if we can get it back out on the water again. So stay tuned. I guess that's a wrap for Summer Fun when you're 71 windsurfing. I was able to find a board like the one I used to have. I got to the lake. I taught Zachary how to use it.
Well,
for the most part. He's got the basics.
I learned how to stand, and it took like 20 minutes, but I did get around the dock to the other side. It just took a while.
And I was able to get on it and move. A lot of the stuff came back, and it was fun. It was a workout.
Yes,
but
true.
Hey, it was fun.
And we're gonna get better. We're gonna keep practicing.
Yep. So
don't stop moving and grooving.
Yep. Remember, stay active, stay curious, and go make some memories for yourself. And come on back.
Sweet.